We should be set to play some more Bagman here. Hopefully, double check the stream, make sure it's actually up and running like it should be. Shouldn't hopefully take but just a moment. Hoping that tonight is the night when I finally beat the full first level, all 3 stages of the first level. It is a long time coming. All right. Let's take a look. Listen. Do we hear any? We don't hear any sound. But again, I think it's because I had it going through Bluetooth. All right, cool. Now we hear it. Sweet. All right, let's drop this here. Breaking out ye old Legends Gamer Pro. Call it old, but to me this is still very new. All right, Bagman it is. Let's see if we can't finally beat this thing. I'm going to start here. Oops, we don't want to do that. That's an incredibly bad start. Come on now. That's perfect though. He's going that way. I'm wondering if my next... Oh, I was going to say, my next good move is to go for the one I call the most dangerous bag that's right over here. Because he's down there. Maybe cutting it really close, but I feel like I'm okay. Oh, that was dumb. Alright, oops, we don't want to do that. The main part of it, we definitely don't want. There's a button right here on the bottom left that's like for pinball that's set up with the main menu. We don't want that. We just want to go right to quit game. And let's restart it. And hopefully, we'll get this right. If I can get him to do that same thing he just did, where he goes to the right, I'd be getting rid of 2 of my biggest pains right off the bat. Is this first bag. If he goes to the right here. Yeah, okay, that's actually really extraordinary timing. Drop that. That's not. Okay. There we go. Yeah, that works, timing-wise. Not what I had in mind, but I'll take it. Use the carts to my advantage. This is actually really bad. I realized it too late. The fact that I had 2 of them right there especially, it was a little dangerous. Okay, come on up to the top. Oh, if I'm over here, that's interesting. Yeah, you know what? You stay there. I'm fine with that. This could be dangerous, though. Yep. Something about that's a blind spot to them. I don't know why they did that, but I'm good with it. Hopefully he doesn't come down here. He does, and that's a problem because I'm not going to be able to make that. Alright. Still kind of testing bits of this, I guess. This one's dangerous because it takes a while for it to arrive. Alright. I'm going to be too slow for this. Yep, that was last life anyway. Let's try right off the bat. Let's try the big bag right off the bat. Just get it out of the way. Actually, it won't even be the big bag that we try. That'll just be the next one that we grab. Uh-oh. Maybe just enough time to get up here. There we go. Hope there's enough time. I don't think there is. Already doing this wrong though. Maybe the right time to come get this though. Come on. Come on. There you go. Now we're talking. Thought that was going to be able to slide down to him. It was a no. So the trick is that I'm going to need to get this cart. Yeah, see, now I'm caught. Alright. That's the last life anyway, I'm pretty sure. Alright, so let's start it right, though. Bagman. Hey there, going. How's it going, Brasbit? I feel like the strategies are coming together enough that this is just a matter of time now. Album comes out tomorrow, so there's that. Pleased to say that it should be in stores. It's definitely on Bandcamp, but it should be in like the regular Amazon and Spotify and all of the places. There is still other work that I need to do with it, but it's just administrative stuff, like for my Patreon. In every important respect, it's all handled and ready to go. Which affords me the chance to, you know, do this. You know what? I'm actually, with two of those guys there, we're going to do this. And I hope that they don't come after me. They're coming after me. Hopefully. Come on. Enough time? Enough time? Enough time? Nope. Yeah, the one album at Bandcamp. Exactly. I feel like that was something that they were in on that joke. By calling the site Bandcamp, I feel like they were definitely potentially making a American Pie reference there. I could be wrong, but... yeah, it's just free enough right there. Now I'm kind of trapped here. Yep, I'm super trapped. Alright, let's go here. Alright. Now, I think Bandcamp is set up really nice for independent artists and everything, especially. Where people can listen for free, but on average, you normally can only listen 3 times before the website says, okay, if you want to keep listening, you got to pay. So, like, there's that happy medium. If you're coming back a 3rd time to listen to it, maybe you like it enough that it's time to buy it. And I try to make it to where the price of the album there is really, really reasonably priced on top of it. That's interesting. He just waits there. But in the meantime, there's the free options like Spotify and stuff too. I put most of my releases are on places like Spotify where people can listen for free as well. But I'll put the occasional album as strictly Bandcamp for that reason. Almost an experiment. With my price of my album being a reference to a thing that happened in a online sitcom that I did the music for called The New Adventures of Captain S, where there's a line in that show where they say 473, it'll have to do. Yeah, no, it's a full album, not a single song album like so many do these days. We're close enough. What time zone are you in? We're probably close to April 1st for you, right? Unless you're West Coast, like, Pacific Standard Time like me. It is 12 songs. See, you're Pacific like me then. All right. Well, it's not like a bunch of people are watching this, and we're close enough. Oh, see, that's right. You are in Washington. I remember that now. My memory is not always great about these things. We're just going to keep dropping all of the money bags in the same spot here. That was really taking a chance just then. I did not like it one bit. So I'll just tell you, though, we're close enough to April 1st. No one's going to come out and use the same song titles. But it was 12 song titles. And I tend to like to do silly things on April 1st. So in this case, oh yeah, I'm totally hosed there. Yeah, I triggered the sound of the card. It was that close. It was pretty bad, too. So I'll tell you what the gimmick is this year. April 1st, I tend to have some sort of a gimmick. Or something fun. This year, it is the song titles. And so here are the song titles for the album I'm releasing, which is called On a Roll. It's 12 original songs, but the song titles, you might recognize a pattern. The song titles are as follows. We're No Strangers. To Love. You Know the Rules. And So Do I. A Full Commitment. It's What I'm Thinking Of. You Wouldn't Get This from Any Other Guy. I just want to tell you how I'm feeling. Gotta make you understand. That's the 12 song titles for tomorrow's album. And I will be covering a Rick Astley song from my No Fake Friday series, where it's often covers, but I will pick a song and play all of the parts on it, like, drums, bass, guitar, vocals, backup vocals, and all of that. So I'm doing a Rick Astley song as my No Fake Friday on top of it. And I'll give you that much of a hint. It's not Never Gonna Give You Up. So it's like a Rickroll of a different color. Oh, that was nice. That was nice. Problem is that's not going to be enough time. Yeah, I was afraid of that. That was almost something special just then. Now, admittedly, I did something very similar for April 1st a couple of years ago. Yeah, exactly. Pro gamer move, amateur time management. Exactly. A couple of years ago, I released 2 albums on April 1st. And those albums were called So Much to Do and So Much to See. The song titles on those albums, So Much to Do had the songs Somebody Once Told Me, The World, Was Gonna, Roll Me, I Ain't the Sharpest, Tool in the Shed, She Was Looking, Kinda Dumb, With Her Finger and Her Thumb in the shape of an L on her forehead. That's So Much to Do. On So Much to See, which I released the same day, the song titles were Hey Now, You're an All-Star, Get Your Game On, Go Play, Hey, Now You're a Rock Star, Get the Show On, Get Paid, and All That Glitters Is Gold, Only Shooting Stars Break the Mold. And by far my favorite song of that double album was And All That Glitters. It's actually a really decent song that came out of it. Like, it's clearly this ridiculous concept, and thus the April 1st album release. But if you even go back to the first April 1st album that I consciously chose to do as an April 1st album, there's a little bit of a play, not necessarily a play on words, but a similar sort of silly thing happening with the song titles, where damn. The name of that album is Lies. So if you take my name, Glenn Case, and you take the name of the album, Lies, and you go Glenn Case Lies, and then you read the song titles, they start forming a bit of a pattern also. And I won't ruin that one. Like, if you were to go and look at the song titles, that was better than the last couple of times I've played here, but I've got to step up my game if I'm going to beat this today. But I guess I could give a couple of things with that, but it's Glenn Case Lies, and the first song's called Over the Ocean, so Glenn Case Lies Over the Ocean. Glenn Case Lies in the Path of Progress. Glenn Case Lies Underground. And it's funny that it seems like the April 1st albums have these silly concepts as far as what I'm doing with either the song titles or the concept itself. Sometimes it ends up becoming the most serious songs that I do. Like On Her Forehead is a really serious song, like about abusive relationships. There's some of the darker songs have come from the lighter concepts or titles. Which I've never really intentionally set out to do. It's just how it's come out. But other years for April 1st, I'll do an album like The One That Ended His Career. I did a few years ago. The album is called The One That Ended His Career. And that is just really silly songs that didn't fit anywhere else. And I want to say last year I released one called The One That Ended His Career 2, Electric Goo Goo Gajoob, which was more of, again, those silly songs that didn't really have... weird or silly songs that didn't have a home elsewhere, that wouldn't have fit very well elsewhere. Oh, yeah, that's not a good safe time for this, I don't think. Gotta use these carts a little better, I think. Yeah, you keep going that way. I like that. Alright. Well, we are going to have the first stage clear at least here. It's always nice when we don't have two of them on me here at the same time, at least. Yeah, you're going to change that, aren't you? Oops. That's a problem. That's a real problem. To pull some Pac-Man style moves there. I was thinking I'd have enough time to go to that handlebar right there, or whatever whatever you want to call it. I thought I'd be safe. I was not, but I thought I would be. And I was wrong. Alright, so here we go with this. We're going to pop this up. Alright, here we go. And that first stage is clear. Second stage is not clear. And I don't know if this is going to be a bad move, actually. Oh, see... You take a chance with that, where it's like, I need to get in this cart right away. Yeah, that was unfortunate. I need to take this out ASAP. Actually, may not be the worst time to just try to go up from here. If I can get him to stay over there or do something stupid. Yes. I don't know if it's going to knock them out for long enough. Yeah. That was kind of a test. I know that a regular bag does not knock them out very long. But I thought maybe because it's the heavier bag, it knocks them out a little longer. I don't think it does. That's alright. See, I like this. If he heads to the right, it should give me enough time to get the dangerous one. I don't know if this is enough time or not. It barely was. That was so playing with fire. That was so playing with fire. Also playing with fire. Neither one of those was a smart move. Risky moves that paid off. I love when they use that shortcut. It's like, I'm just going to fall on my ass here and see if that works very well. Yeah, I'm going to have to drop this on at least one of you. Let's drop it on both of you. If nothing else, it delayed them. It won't stun them for long, but it delayed them because of the length of the drop. Ultimately, I'm not mad at that. Okay. And this should be enough time. I like that this is a small enough track that you don't have to wait for the cart that long. It seems like that's a good thing to use in your strategy. Alright. Now, if I'm smart, I'd probably wait for him up here. Oh, they're going to go down. Well, alright then. Huh. Okay, go on with your bad selves. It's a little odd, but I'm also not going to complain. Alright, line of sight means they're going to probably come at me now. Oopsie. Oh, that's alright. I do listen to a fair amount of influences where I feel like there's going to be a number of potential influences that you might hear in there. Big Beatles fan, of course. Well, there we go. That was bad. Big Beatles fan. If we go with oldie style stuff, the Everly Brothers were a huge influence on my harmonies. With 90s bands, Stone Temple Pilots especially was a big one for me. You'll hear Joe Jackson in there sometimes. You'll definitely hear a lot of Paul Westerberg and the Replacements. Yeah, that was bad. Plenty of other influences, though. And especially, like, there's 80s style influences that you'll hear. There's Steely Dan as well. Todd Rundgren is a big influence as well. Like, over the years, I've been working on a top 10,000 favorite songs playlist. And I've never quite gotten there, but I've been working on it. Hopefully they come out there. That'd be good, right? No, you're not gonna. Yeah, I'm out of time. Got to redo it anyway, just because I'm out of time. Yeah, now if you're listening to On a Roll, now are you listening on? Is it on Spotify? Like, what are you listening to on the roll? Is it on Bandcamp? Because Bandcamp, there should be only 2 songs available thus far. Perfect. So yeah, you're gonna have 2 songs on there. The first one is an 80s style, like a lot of keyboards and synths. And my friend Beefy, who is referred to as a nerdcore rapper, normally raps about nerdy subjects, but that particular song is a little more about life. So a little less nerdy than the nerdcore stuff that he would normally do. And then the second one, I just want to tell you, I feel like there's... what would I say is a direct influence? Like, it doesn't sound necessarily like a Motown song. Oh, Hall & Oates. I'd say that there's probably a distinct Daryl Hall and John Oates influence that's audible on that. I love me some Hall & Oates. And I think it especially shows on that song. So yeah, you're hearing 2 of the 12 songs there. Thanks. Yeah, I'm glad, you know, for a while it was one of those almost a badge of shame to admit that you liked Daryl Hall and John Oates, but they're one of the best-selling duos of all time. The songwriting is there. And obviously in the 80s you had like the cheesy-ish music videos. But if you especially go back to their early 70s stuff, there's some folks style stuff basically. That's pretty great too. Like the stuff before they were even on a major label is actually still quite stellar. Elvis Costello's an influence. It's really a hodgepodge of everything that I hold dear. There's a fairly strange band called the Dismemberment Plan that I like a lot, enough to where the tattoo on my left arm is of one of their album covers. But I admit that it's not an album for everybody either. The lyrics are great. The performances are very raw and energetic. But definitely not for everybody. But I love the lyrics on that album and the way Travis Morrison sings and everything too. But I wouldn't have discovered it had it not been for... Private Eyes is an album that I love so much that I actually covered the entire album. So on YouTube, all 11 songs, I've covered all 11 songs, and I played them about as close as I could to the originals, where I played every instrument I could get my hands on. And yeah, if it had Maneater and Private Eyes, then it would have probably been Rock and Soul Part 1, which was like their greatest hits up to that point. But yeah, the Private Eyes album, I think, in my opinion, it's their best that they've ever done. Oh, that was beautiful. I was lucky, but it was beautiful. So lucky. I am not going to complain about that one bit. May have to let this go by a second time, because I don't think that would have been a safe time to exit the vehicle. They would have been too close. Yeah, this is going to give me a little more time. Give me just a little more time. That'd be the chairman of the board. I don't think I have time. Yeah, I'm going to have to... I don't know if there's another bag that I can grab in time here. Let's see if I got time for this one, but I'm pretty sure I don't. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I don't. That's all right. No, but ultimately, I guess I've tried to be a sponge of influences where my stuff started out loving 80s pop to rap, like the Beastie Boys, Run DMC, LL Cool J was a gateway into oldies because of the samples that were used. From oldies to little bits of jazz, little bits of alternative. Oh, that's so sucked on the time. That was terrible timing. Terrible timing. That's unfortunate. Yeah, 80s pop into rap, into oldies, into alternative around the time grunge happened. Bits of hard rock, jazz, country, just everything now. And ultimately, like, the best way that I ended up thinking about it at one point is if you had a band that starts and the only band that they've ever heard, ever, is Green Day, they're going to sound like Green Day because that's the one influence they have. They don't have any other point of reference. If it's like Green Day and Rancid, then they're still going to probably be somewhere in that pop punk, frame, because similar band, similar genre. And so then my thought was like, what if the other band that they had heard, like the other artist that they had heard, is Frank Sinatra? I feel like all bets are off at that point, because there's enough of a difference in the genre and the songwriting and the style that if you can pull from Green Day and Frank Sinatra somehow and like both of them enough to, what you're going to come up with is already going to be a little more unique. Just because I don't think there's many bands out there who would list Green Day and Frank Sinatra as direct influences. So you multiply that by trying to basically pick up on as many genres as I can tolerate, really. And hopefully the idea will be that I sound like there's a fair amount of artists that I sound like, but without sounding too much like any one of them. That's the ultimate goal at this point. Is if you hear the influences, that's wonderful and not unexpected, but hopefully I don't sound too much like any one influence. You grew up in the age of cassettes. Boy, you and me both. I still have thousands, quite literally thousands of cassettes between the blanks and the ones that I bought. You said, but your sister's got all the new devices, so you grew up with LPs and 8-tracks. Yeah, wasn't until high school you started getting into your own music. Grew up with a much wider influence than... Yeah, that's really cool. And honestly, some of my favorite stuff that I ended up really loving is albums that I first heard on 8-track. Boy, I like that. That was nice. Fleetwood Mac's album, Tusk, taught me about something that is a long-forgotten concept, if it ever was a concept that people used. What I call them was paths. With Fleetwood Mac's Tusk being a double album especially, you'd find your path to your favorite songs. Because it's like, I want to hear this one song that's on track 3, but there's no fast forward button. So if I want to hear that song, I either have to wait here, or I can switch over to track 1, and by the time that song that is on right now is halfway done, it's almost time to flip over to track 3 so I can hear the song that I want to hear. Like, that's unheard of now, clearly. You just, the history of recorded music is pretty much at your fingertips. I think a lot of people who listen to 8-tracks did that exact same thing, but it's like this unspoken concept that we kind of forgot about, and maybe with good reason. It's probably better in the past, but yeah, there you go. And another album that I'm in the process of starting to try to do every song from is The Knack, Get the Knack by The Knack. My Sharona, that album. I grew up absolutely loving that album. And so I've been in the process of recording covers of every song from that album. I'm not going to have time. Yeah, you spent hours on making mixtapes for your sister. That's very nice. Kids these days would freak out when confronted with the concept of cassettes. 8-tracks would break. You are not wrong. You are not wrong. Cassettes would be tough enough, having to rewind and fast forward, but at least you have the option. But yeah, 8-tracks would break them. And then I would say the other downside, one of the many other downsides about the 8-tracks is that they're insanely difficult to repair. Like, I had a Tribe Called Quest cassette that ended up melting in the California sun. But I performed emergency surgery on it, where I took the innards of that cassette and I traded it out for a blank cassette, basically. I had... Oh, that's terrible timing. It had melted in the sun, but it was just the case that had melted in the sun. I was able to take the insides of that tape, put it in a blank cassette, and to this day it still works. Like, I know cassettes are not particularly resilient, but in some ways they're surprisingly resilient. I don't know that I have ever successfully opened up an 8-track and put it back together again. Anytime that I have opened an 8-track in an attempt to fix it, it's ended up in the garbage. Or at least such a large percentage of the time that I can't recall ever successfully fixing one. I might have, but if so, I don't remember doing it. But regular cassettes, oh yeah, all the time. All the time, where you sit there and take a snapped cassette and small little piece of tape, splice it together. Absolutely, that I have done. Yeah, the 8-tracks. 8-tracks, a 3-mile-long Mobius strip. Repair required thinking in 5 dimensions. No doubt. It's honestly not far removed, I think, from, like, if you have a container of, like, cleaning wipes, where you've got to take that one from the center and pop that up there. Like, the cleaning wipes are a little easier. But it's that whole dispense from the center thing. In a similar way, I have ruined bottles, the containers of cleaning wipes. In a similar way, where it's like, well, yeah, I got it working, but yeah, that was a bad move, actually. I need a bag of money. Except the fast cleaning wipe is not connected to the opposite side of the first sheet. Exactly. That's where it is a little easier. Really? I was hitting the button. Let's do this. I'm not going to have enough time either way. This is going to end in tears anyway. I'm going to lose a life no matter what, so... Yep. Well, and I lost that bag, so... Sometimes that's not the worst thing. Okay to lose the bag when it's just a pain. Now, I haven't looked into it yet. Fully, at least. But apparently, I believe it's David Crane and Gary Kitchen just released a new homebrew Atari 2600 game. Clearly meant to be like the classic Activision-style games. That is something I'm going to potentially have to look into. No! Did they release 2 of them? Yeah, he's going to be waiting for me now. Damn it. I was hoping he wouldn't come out. Can I make them go away? Is this a good place to make them go away? This is... Hey, you know... My problem sometimes is waiting here without realizing if I do that, that this then falls on my head. Well, that worked out okay. Boom! Alright, fine. They're in a really, really terrible spot, and I don't like it. So I'm going to try to go over to the far right. probably going to regret this. Oh, that was interesting. It's kind of testing that theory of, like, can I move the wheelbarrow? Can I move while it's moving? Is it safe to do so? Don't get on there. You got on there. Oh, no. Game over. All right. Definitely starting with this. I don't know if they've released a ROM-only version of the new David Crane game, but I'd be interested in that because I purchased the Atari Harmony cartridge that can, in theory, play any game ever made and then some, the homebrews included. Circus Convoy is the one I heard about. That's nice. I'm going to have to check into that with Audacity Games. Do you know offhand, like, or, you know, if you don't mind researching it there, too, is there a ROM-only version of it where you can buy it for an emulator? Or like in my case, where I've got the cartridge already, basically, I just have to load it onto it. And then I can play it on the real hardware. Because I could see why they would do that, and I could see exactly why they wouldn't. There would be... I could see a lot of reasons for both there. With the clear reason for not doing it is they'd probably make a lot more money from people that want to buy the actual cartridge that way. But if they sold the ROM for a smaller price, especially, I might be interested. Yeah, physical only for now. I think, honestly, that makes sense. I think it's a smart move on their part to do physical only at this point. And maybe, like, the same way that you sometimes with a book will have the hardback and then the paperback. Like they do the ROM version later. I think that would be smart. And I wouldn't be opposed to buying it, but... Oh, someone's asking if I want to be famous. I don't. Thanks, though. Yeah, see, that's exactly it, whether it'll be the pirates. No, I'll try to be the good dude that waits on them to actually sell it for a few bucks or whatever. Well, that's just dangerous. And I need to... Ah, I didn't wait long enough. I didn't wait long enough. That's alright. Oh yeah, it probably is out there already. You were exactly right about that. Like, I shook David Crane's hand, though, too. I would feel guilty doing that. For a new one like that, specifically. Alright, let's take a look at what we got. As I play an emulated game here, but, you know. Little different. I wonder, am I safe if I do that? I am! I am. I did not know for sure if any part of my body was touching the cart, whether that would not be safe. Apparently it is. That could come in really handy. I thought there was an incredibly, very real possibility that it would be like if any pixel of you touches the cart that you're done for, but that's not it at all. Yeah, there we go. Can I run fast enough to get past you here? I was hoping so. As long as you don't come right down and to the right, I have time, probably. Yeah, no, I figured for sure it would be like the ET rules. It's part of the problem that you fall in the pits all of the time in ETs, because if any pixel, any part of you touches that pit, you're going in. Like, you respect the carts enough that you don't want to test it. But especially where I'm trying to finally beat this freaking first stage, that's a bit of knowledge that goes a long way here. Okay. Oh, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Ah! Alright, at least the first stage is cleared, though. I'll wait for it on the way back. In fact, I don't even have to wait for it. Yeah, easy way around the pits is to always exit to the left. You never fall back in. Yeah. I hope that this is not going to catch me. You're going to catch me. You're totally going to freaking catch me. Be nice to not have to come back down here, so if I can get this last bag, that would be ideal here. I don't like his placement right now. It's really dangerous. I thought I had enough time. I did not. Alright, I'm going to have to just go over... Oh, I really didn't want to do that. Come on now. Oh yeah, you mean an ET with the never falling back into the pits. Yeah. I think I internally knew that. But only internally. It was not an actual strategy that I knew when I did my thing. Well... It would have been nice if I could have just rode the top of it like elevator action, but that wasn't going to happen, of course. Alright, we're trying it again. I liked that there was someone who ended up doing the quote-unquote fixed version of ET, though, where they made it to where the... I guess, would that be collision detection? I don't know if that's actually the right term in that case, but they make it to where it only matters if ET's feet touch the hole. Changed the color of ET. Like they made some improvements to it. Some things that maybe Howard himself might have done if he'd had extra time to work on it. Because in my 8-hour gameplay, I would say Yeah, no, he had 5.5. Yeah, if he had 7 weeks instead of 5.5, exactly. If he'd had that extra week and a half, he might have ended up making that sort of a change himself. That's precisely right. There we go. Uppa. Only got 2 more bags on the first screen. Oh, no. I was going to say, I don't like this. Don't like that at all. I got a little too close. Careful, Icarus. Come on now. Come after me. There you go. To have the right run, I feel like I need to make sure that I don't lose any lives on this first stage, at least. Alright, here goes Nana. You know what? I'm going to go right over to the right. Assuming that I can here. We'll go back to the middle last here. It does seem like that elevator does not move from the bottom until you show up. Every time that I've come over to the third screen, that elevator's always been on the bottom. And speaking of that, I need to try to get these out of here ASAP. Do I have enough time? Yep. Gotta find a sweet spot for this. Something is keeping them busy over on the other 2 stages, and I am okay with this. I am spoke too soon, of course. Okay, so if I hang out on this lower half, is he going to wait to go to the bottom? He sure is. All right. Now... be nice if you wouldn't get on the ladder. Yeah, you're gonna though. I don't think this is going to be enough time. That's unfortunate. Oh, man! That was a wasted life if there ever was one. I just got to be a little more patient. Make sure it's completely past me. That is just a waste and a half. Yeah, this is not going to end well. Yep. Gotta come up with a better tactic for some of this stuff here. But I feel like I still learned things that time. I feel like I still learned things. And this, going for that bag first, might be one of the most important things that I've done thus far. Just flat out getting that out of the way. Go to the right. Of course you didn't. Of course you didn't. That would be too easy. Ooh-wee. Yeah, he created the fully functional 3D world. Exactly, it's a cube. 2 unique enemies. A gathering system. An inventory with deposit and withdrawal. On both foam parts and Reese's Pieces. Exactly right. Teleportation, item detection, all the graphics and sound fit into a world-famous IP. Yeah, and on an insane timeline. Yeah, it really is miraculous that he was able to finish anything at all in that time frame. Yeah, it wasn't even the worst game released that week. That's a great way to put it. Oh, do you know of any other games that were released that week by chance? I could think of plenty of games that are worse on the Atari. On the Atari alone, there are many worse games than that. One of them that comes to my mind is Squeezebox. Squeezebox is not a fun game. Yeah, no, you're exactly right. It's not a winnable game, but at least it does make sense. There are, like, if you don't have a set of instructions, good luck with the Sword Quest games. I have never looked up the instructions to Riddle of the Sphinx. Maybe a fun game if you understand what you're doing. I don't understand what I'm doing in that game. Wouldn't even necessarily call it one of the worst, but for me, it's one of them I don't quite understand how to play. Oh, this may be a bad time to get that, actually. Yeah, pretty bad time. And it worked out. So I'm not going to complain. Oh, that's bad. Bad call. Bad call. I should have at least dropped the bag of money there. Oh, nice. I didn't even know there was a 7800 version. Yeah, that one always felt like one where it's like, okay, if you understand what's going on, then it would probably be a better game. Huh. I think I've had this thought before. What if I split my time between the two screens? Oh, this is dangerous timing. All right. Because knowing that they will get off on the screen that is just below here, it seems like something I could use to my advantage to pass over here. I can't get off. Okay, so that's where it's a potential disadvantage. Do I have time? Yeah, barely. All right. Let's at least free this here. And going right for the blue bag is actually not a good call at all, because he comes out. And I don't think I'm going to have time. The blue bag just went away as a result of that. Okay, okay. I'm totally getting new ideas here. Or at least ideas that I've come up with that aren't too far off from other ideas I've had here that might work well together. But I'm really starting to think that one of the tactics that might work is not going all the way over to the farthest right screen with the wheelbarrow. Or you go over there when you've already collected certain ones that are dangerous. Come on down. Nah. Too easy. So I'm going to probably drop this on your head. Nope. I'm not, apparently. Got 2 more bags on this screen. If I'm not careful, I could get trapped in with these 2. Oops. That was partially the sort of thing I was concerned about. But I'm starting to think that grabbing the blue bag is not a great move at the beginning. It's a little too dangerous. Not knowing where the other guy was, that was kind of, this is bad, actually. Yep, not going to do it. I made him disappear somehow. Okay, I might have time. Is he going to follow me? I was ready to hit him with the axe that time. Okay. So if my theory follows, they will get off there. And I'll put me right here. Oh, you just drop it. Awesome. Okay, I need to have it on this side of the screen. Oh, I don't have time. I think there's something to the theory that I've got going there. But it needs some work. Vanguard is so good, though. Real sports football. Yeah, I'd say the... Oh, Gorf is amazing, of course. Cosmic Creeps. Although Cosmic Creeps, I'm realizing, is not the game I thought it was. I don't know if I actually know that one or not. I probably own it, but haven't played it. Alright, here we are. Okay, let's see what we can do here. There are still logistics to this that won't work. Okay, now that's a problem because he's on the same level where I need to... He's going to wait to the bottom here. This is not going to end well at all. I don't have a lot of ways out of this. I was hoping that they'd be able to get to that quick enough. Okay, alright. The theory is solid, I just gotta play well enough. Yeah, River Raid, one of the best games for the system. Fantastic Voyage, I'm not particularly familiar with. And I love the name of Dragon Stomper, but not sure that I've played that one either. Escape from the Mind Master sounds like a hot mess. Well, actually, it seems like it might be a decent time to go for the quote-unquote dangerous one. They're both on the bottom. And actually, come to think of it, while they are down there, if I can subvert them, keep them up top here, that seems like the sort of thing, like, if they're both on the top on the left-hand side of the screen like they are right now, that is not the worst time to go for the blue bag. Like, I've bought a bit of time that way. Not a lot, mind you, but enough that it might actually help. That's what I need. That's what I needed. I mostly just need the blue bag to be gone. And I don't think this is going to be perfect timing here at all. Let's drop that off there. Alright. Yeah, I don't have enough time. That's really decent placement for that blue bag. Can potentially, come on now. Potentially come back for that blue bag. Or, even better yet, drop this. Oh, Supercharger games on cassette for the Atari. Wow. I've heard about that, but I definitely do not own a cassette adapter for the 2600. No wonder I've not played them. I imagine that someone ended up putting the ROMs out there where I could play them on my Harmony Encore, though, too. Oh, this is bad. It's been in storage since you bought it. That makes sense, though, too. I mean, honestly, I imagine they're decent enough games, but it's not like they're ones that define the system, for sure. Damn. There was no good placement there. Oh, and all of this, and I've not gone after that first... The one I have left on this screen is the one that I probably should have gone after first. Bad call. Alright. Quit. I may regret that, but I don't think I will. Oh, wow. See, now I've never even knew about, like... Again, I've heard about the Supercharger, but that's really cool that there is a fantastic version of Frogger on there that's like nearly arcade perfect. I'd be curious about that. Alright. This time I'm remembering. Head to the right. Of course you didn't. Sometimes he's been heading to the right. I've just not been lucky with that. And you're off the screen. We'll come back. And you're down there, which is a terrible time to go for the blue bag as a result here. I think we're going to do that. There we go. I like that. Take that one. Yeah, how many quarters in would I be in at this point? Answer, a lot. So it adds 2K of RAM to the Atari's 128 bytes. So they won't work on the Harmony cart? Well, the Harmony cart, though, is the Encore, which I think actually goes up to 4K. Like they did, like there's the regular Harmony that they did, but then there was the Encore that they released later, which could handle the higher, well, that was bad. Oh, RAM, not ROM. There you go. Well, then that's a problem. But I'd still highly, highly recommend the Encore. It's very nice. There's not much it cannot do. Well, I don't have a lot of options here. If you come down to the bottom, I'm in trouble. Yeah, this is over. Well, let's try it again. Quit again. Yeah, you can both take a fall. That's fine. All right, 2 to go on this stream. I don't like the math here. Yeah. That didn't seem like it was going to be very positive. This also doesn't look good. So we're going to have to do this here. Yeah, come down here. Oh, hey, you know what? That works. That works. You both run to that right-hand side. You do that. I am not going to complain one bit if you do. That may give me enough time. Especially where they headed down for a moment there. Yeah, that works. That works. Alright. Oh, I really like that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to drop this on his head, huh? And it ain't gonna stop him long because it's both of them, isn't it? Okay. Don't do it. Don't do it. I figured that was probably jumping the gun, but it was worth a shot. Alright. So now, if I can help it, please come over quick enough. Alright. Yeah, he's not in the best position for that. That's terrible. That's terrible timing. Like, I can hit this, but I think it's still going to be a problem. Because I was hoping that I would have enough time to take this cart. Yeah, with 1,500 time left, this is not going to end well. Might as well at least dig this out. Well, I dug it out and then lost it in that moment. But I was hoping to take this one that's on the bottom. While the cart is still on the first screen. Only 3 in the middle now. Which is when it makes sense, I think, to take this wheelbarrow to the farthest right screen. Or at least the upper middle here. Okay, so I got 3 there. You know what? I'm going to do this with the first one. This is not the worst. Should be able to at least get this one to its destination. If they keep staying down there, I'm going to go after the next one too. Oh, that is not what I wanted to do. That was very much a slip of the joystick. Very much a slip of the joystick. Okay, can I safely get to this one? I don't think it's going to give me enough time to get back over to it. So let's do this. The separate files have to be combined into a single file. Those bins should be out there somewhere. That would be worth trying. That would be worth trying. And especially the Encore has like a little more oomph than the regular Harmony. Oh, damn it. That's apparently the danger about placing the wheelbarrow there, is that you have a blind spot where you can't tell if he's there or not. Alright, so I'm going to have to bear that in mind. Felt like a really decent run up to that point. Let me see. Let me just turn and strike you with this in your head, sir. It seemed like a good plan at the time. Not a good time to go after the blue bag. My new plan for that is to wait until they're both near the top of this screen. If I can manage that, I feel like it becomes a good time to do that. All right. Yeah, that'd be worth trying. I feel like I might actually have to do that with the supercharger ones. You know what? This guy is close enough to the top right now. As long as he stays there on the upper left side, but he's not gonna. Say, that may not have been the worst time to go after the blue bag. But now it's a really terrible time. Because he's right there. May do it anyway, because I don't know what else I'm going to do. Maybe hit you with... I was going to say... Hit him with an axe to the pickaxe to the face, but that was not to be. Really? Come after me now. And not a lot of other good ones to work with here. Don't know if I like the placement of this. Alright, no, that worked out. Oh, I should have just ran. Should have just ran. At least chase him with a pickaxe. Make it a fun. Well, that's not a winner. That's not a winner. All right. Let's slay this beast. First one's a gimme. There's only 5 on this stage, too, and this first bag's a gimme. Although what I do think I want to do is wait till he's past that point. And maybe there's a better chance that he'll actually go to the right when he wakes up. Nope. Somehow there's been something that I've done that has triggered them to go to the right. And I can't necessarily replicate it each time. Hey, if I'm here, will you come after me? Yeah, I thought you might. Send you the wrong way for a moment. Oops. It's not going to stop either of you for long. To the point where I'm just going to have to drop another bag on you. Ain't going to hold long. But as soon as they are... Well, there we go. I will definitely take that. That seems like it could be not a great time, actually. Okay, so that is interesting. They both fell at the same time. And I feel like as a result of falling at the same time like they did... Okay, we're definitely doing this now. It was almost like the way that they get hit with a money bag, and it just stuns them briefly if both of them are in the same spot. It appears that long falls are the same way. I would have thought that they would have behaved different. I would have thought it had something to do specifically with getting hit with the money bag, but I don't think that's it at all. It's more if they both get hit at the same time. This is dangerous. Actually, I'll drop that one here. I'll take this one that's long ways over. I'm not going to be able to after all. So, let's time this a little better. I don't know if I have the ability to do this. Okay. Yeah, I couldn't really risk it timing-wise there. That needed to work. Yeah, that's dangerous. Nice! Oh, that's dangerous. Don't do it, don't do it. You're doing it. Really? Don't. Come on. Be a little more predictable. Really? Come on. This should not be that difficult at all. And yet... Ideal time to go after the blue bag if I can help it. Might be risking it to go over to this here. Depending on what he does. If he, yeah, he's coming after me, it's no longer a good time. I'm apparently not timing that right. And that's okay, because that would be a dangerous time to get off the ladder anyway. So let's hope that I get this right now. There we go. And I definitely feel like it is time to get off of this train. You found the copy for the Frogger for the Star Path. Nice. Works in the Stella emulator. Not quite 5200 quality, but far closer than anyone would think possible on the 2600. I believe that. That is awesome. That was really cutting it close just then. Full background music, zero flicker. All assets at maximum resolution. You gotta like that. Shows you in a lot of cases, like the programmers really were just limited by the technology of the time. How did you wear out the buttons on your new controller? Le Bagnard. Exactly. Exactly right. That's what. It won't even be track and field. And then he came for me anyway. Oh, ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. Oh, wow. That was brilliant. Put all the credits into the machine. Alright. I'm definitely putting in... I'm getting my $99 worth out of this unit, first of all. Okay, I'm going to wait till you're even further along here. If you would just head to the right, and you're not gonna. That'd be too easy. In the situations where he doesn't head to the right, I'm just gonna go ahead and take this one. Yeah, Bagman quarters alone. You're exactly right. Like, I don't know if I've actually played it 400 times, but it feels like it. Oh, come on. All right. It's something like that. Day 4, day 5. Not in a row, but I had it to where I almost decided to practice. That was so close. It was ridiculous, by the way. I felt like I was going to practice, but I was afraid that the day that I'm not streaming would be the day that I would actually end up beating it, and then I wouldn't have the document of it after all of this time of trying on the stream. You know what? Did that count as a death? I was only about a foot off of the ground there, sir. That was questionable. Yeah, the practice shows at times being the key word there. You know what? I'm going to do this, actually. I don't know if this is going to pay off or not. It didn't. Yeah, no, I feel like it is destiny. At some point, I'm going to pass this first level. It's going to happen. And preferably, it'll happen during a stream. Okay, now's the time. Right. And 1 foot off the ground, which was fine until that ground stopped plummeting. Yeah, you know, that's touche. It was 40 feet that I fell, roughly, probably. You are not wrong about that. More than anything, just unfortunate timing. Alright, let's do this. Aw, man, are you kidding? I'm going to lose a life here. Just might as well drop the bag there, though. You are going to be too fast for me. That double bag, man. Alright, fine. Not to the point of diminishing returns yet or anything, however. We'll just take you out here. I imagine he'll come up the ladder right after me. At line of sight. If nothing else, line of sight. I'm just going to make that happen. Yeah, head to the right. That's good. That's good. You do that. Nope. Do 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 do. Yeah, it felt close. Wasn't as close as it seemed. It seemed pretty close. Ah! Yeah, I deserved that death. That was, rightfully so there, rightfully so. La da 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 da. Ah! Okay, deserve that as well. Quit. We're not to the point of diminishing returns. I'm going to keep telling myself that at least. I ended up putting Atari football and Atari baseball on here and then realized with the one trackball controller, it's senseless. Did you drop the bag before you grab the ceiling? Do I drop the bag before I grab the ceiling? Sometimes. I think I've done a little of both there. I don't know what I did that specific time. That's what I wanted right there. He headed to the right. That was what I was hoping for. That's kind of perfect because that gives me time to go after the ridiculous one. The dangerous one. Cutting it closer than I like. Boy, do I like that, though. Boy, do I like that. Yeah, no, and I know it's not a requirement to drop it, but a lot of times I will. Because I realize you can grab the bags while you're in the cart. Like right here, I could totally just, boom. So it was a choice. I will say that, it is a choice. Hey, if y'all want to just leave me to my own devices over here, I'm good with that. You can very much do that, and I will be very appreciative of you guys giving me my space to take my money and go on my merry way here. It's not going to have enough time. This I can do. Gotta have that precise timing to make sure you survive it. This is gonna cut it closer than I would like. Alright. Well, I expected to have to drop that on his head, and then it didn't happen. Alright, good with that. How about we go get that one that's on the bottom half here? Hey, I like that. Yeah, that's good. I was hoping that that would be safe right there. And I think it will be. Gotta have that precise timing for that. And this is the one that scares me these days. Because it seems like so often I don't time that right. This time I did. When it counted. Alright. I need you to come after me here. Your buddy went to a nice dead end for me. If I pass this, it is partially going to be because of that trick that you told me about with the sloping ground. That is pretty much a game changer. I was hoping that that would be placed a little better than it was. Should have time, hopefully. There. I am not going to have time to grab much of anything in the way of bags here. The only one that's available to me right now is the blue one. And I don't think I have enough time to free it. Especially if with him right there. I don't know if there's any bag I can get to in 2100 on the bonus. So the best I can hope for right now is to just get it close to where I need it. I really don't think I'm going to be able to get a bag here. But I could be wrong. It just seems unlikely. But you know what? I'm okay with that. If that's the way that I lose this life, I'm good with it. It was a really, really valiant effort there. Alright. So now is not a good time. Not a good time to do the blue bag. Not a good time. Because he will be ready for me. So we're not going to take a chance on it. Guy on the right would have been a problem if I would have gone after that. So let's take this. I need these out of here. All right. Really, the one that scares me the most is the other one that's on that last screen. Okay, you'll come after me here. Right there. And I'm just going to cross over to here. Hopefully drawing them away. Yep, that worked pretty well. That other one that's still remaining besides the blue bag, I don't like the placement of that at all. I wonder about that. I was almost going to see if I could grab it on the way down, but it would have been dangerous there anyway because of where they are. So, well, this doesn't bode well because now he's waiting for me here. I've got no good answers here. Yeah. Insta-death. There's got to be some better tactics at my disposal that I'm not using here. Got two bags here still, and pretty much all the bags. Well, I'm a sitting duck. On the left-hand side here, I'm a sitting duck. I've got no defenses. And now he's up there. I'm gonna try this. Nope. It might be something if you're pixel perfect with it. That was weird. And I honestly didn't think I had another life either. I mostly just wonder if it can be done. Well, I thought I grabbed that. I thought I grabbed that. Narcoleptic Joe is the jailer this round, apparently. Yeah, he seemed like he was, wasn't he? I gotta come up with better strategy. Clearly, this first stage, I've got not necessarily down perfectly or anything. But it's decent enough strategies at this point that I'm surviving most of it. Usually. It is the third stage that is the problem. Oh, let's not do that. Just came up with a wild idea. He's over there on the left. Let's do this. Let's shake things up a bit. Ill-advised as it may or may not be. I hope I didn't time that bad. I timed it really bad. I guess I could just be ready to hit him in the face with a pickaxe here. Well, he's going to just wake up and it's going to be a problem. Yeah, there's something to the strategy, and there's plenty to not do what I just did. There's not enough time to get back. But this is actually not bad at all. To get the upper right ones, depending on where your jailers are. Are you kidding? I did that wrong. I did that wrong. That was me. Yeah, now that's a problem. Because he's waiting. That was just terrible. Well, that was worse. Alright, so we're going to quit game. I may have... yeah, there we go. So while I could see that there would be some benefits of transferring, like going from the first stage to the second stage to the third stage, I feel like it's almost too dangerous to not just clear the first stage as much as you can to start. Okay. Actually, kind of want to get the ones from over here out of the way, if I can. This cart also takes a pretty long time to get back. Let's see if I can time this right. Here we go. Yeah, this could be good. Just because it's not the best placement. Yeah, you would think the arms would be pretty great, and that was a bad timing. Clearly a bad timing. The arms on the convict must be something. Yeah, you'd think so. And if you do look, funny enough though, you kind of see that on the marquee art. Let's do center. Let's do this for a bit. Just because we can. I am having to adjust to it, which is weird. Because this is actually the proper way of doing it. That was cutting it closer than I'd like. Gotta use that to my advantage. That would be smart to use that to my advantage more. That was not smart. It does have a completely different feel, doesn't it? Oh, absolutely. With the cartoon panels to show part of how the game works, that was quite smart. Very creative. Let's do this. Oh, that's a problem. It really is messing with my head, though. I gotta say, I gotta go back to the full. It becomes what you get used to, I guess. And it partially doesn't hurt that what we're looking at right here is tube TV versus... it's filling up my tube TV, that's all. Alright.